another big controversy in Kerala. Allegations that girls were forced to remove their bras before taking the NEET medical entrance exam in Kerala's Kollam on Sunday, snowballing into a larger controversy with the Kerala minister urging the centre to take action. Kerala Higher Education Minister R. Bindu has written to the Union Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan seeking strong action against the agency that allegedly forced the girls to take off their bra before allowing them to enter the exam hall. The Kerala minister expressed dismay and shock at what she called an assault on the dignity and honour of the girl students who appeared for that entrance exam. Meanwhile, the NEET exam centre superintendent in Kollam, however, claimed that the entire complaint is fictitious and filed with wrong intentions.
According to the statement given by the girl, the student, to the local police station, the action was like that. So a probe should be made in a very detailed manner in this regard, because we have to ensure the students' psychological conditions. They have to write the examination in a peaceful mind, and this had negative impacts according to the student in writing the examination.
Well, let's go across to Uma Sudhir. And Uma, very bizarre and, extremely unnecessary controversy. One imagines, what are we hearing? What are the details? Now the education minister, they're writing to the centre. Meanwhile, the exam centre in charge has said no such thing happened.
Gargi, I've spoken to the Kollam rural SP, the person who is in charge there, Mr. Ravi, and he has said that based on their preliminary investigation, they are registering an FIR, and that will be under sections 354 and also 509, which is all adds up to the assault on the or outraging the modesty of a woman, insulting, humiliating, putting her in such a position. And yes, even though the in charge person at the centre has said that this is a fictitious complaint, I don't think anyone is buying that as of now, because we have heard the version of the girl and the girl's father as well was in fact gone to the extent of writing a written complaint to the police, where he mentions that not just his daughter but several other girls as well have been subjected to a similar treatment, and that all of them came out in fact crying out of the hall. And he in fact even quoted the person at the centre saying, is your future big for you or your innerwear, and don't waste our time, just remove it and come back. And the girl has in fact told her father that many of those students, in fact, their innerwear was lying in one room, even without following any of these COVID protocols, all of that mixed together, and the kind of trauma and mental harassment that these children have felt. So the Kerala's minister, Dr. R. Bindu, has in fact used very, very strong language when she in fact says that this is a naked assault on the dignity and honor of the girl students, and that shame and shock has affected the morale and composure of the students, and that it was an inhuman behavior of the agency that conducted the exam, and she has asked for very, very strong action to be taken against that agency. And Kerala MP N.K. Premachandran in fact has met with the Dharmendra Pradhan, who is the Union Education Minister, and Mr. Pradhan is quoted as saying that because the criminal investigation has now been launched by the police there, on the basis of that they will take appropriate action. When I spoke to the Kollam rural SP, he told me that in fact the college authorities have straight away denied that they had no role to play in this, because it was only the premises that they had provided, and it was a private agency that had been employed by NTA in order to conduct and ensure supervision in this particular exam, that of course has a lot of elaborate kind of guidelines on what to wear, what not to wear. But as the father points out, the innerwear having a metal hook is something that the NTA's guidelines for candidates appearing for NEET examination does not mention at all. What is also shocking, Gargi, is that this is not the first time that we are encountering something like this during a NEET exam. As you know, this particular year, of course, 18 lakh students were sitting for it, and it's a highly competitive exam, and students are under tremendous stress. So while something like this happened in Kannur in 2017 as well, where there were multiple instances quoted of girls feeling harassed and all that, and again in 2018 it happened in Palakkad in Kerala, and even at that time a police complaint was also filed in that particular case. Back to you, Gargi.